Hello everybody, my name is Summerpart and welcome to Casual Descriptions. Don't mind the background, this is just for my new launch. As you can see, I'm actually recording this the day before the first episode. Let me know how the first episode went in the descriptions. But now I am back and I'm going to give you guys a tutorial on OBS because a lot of people are asking. So sorry for the cold mirrored thing right here. But what I want you to do is go to scenes, right click and press add scene. Now this will add your game, so as you can see I've got a bunch of games down here. I do highly suggest naming your games. This is just for monitor capture, so just imagine this said Prison Architect and monitor capture wasn't here, because if I do that then the whole tutorial goes away. So what I want you to do then is launch your game. So I have Prison Architect launched on my other screen, and I want you to go right click, add game capture. Then when you go game capture, it'll bring up this. Make sure you name it Prison Architect, whatever your game is, and this will then pop up. Go to this drop down menu and select whatever game you have. Now this is actually my second time doing the tutorial, so I apologize for that. But when that happens, you'll see this pop up. Now I have mine in windowed mode, but I'm pretty sure this works in full screen as well. Let's run through the settings for 1080p. As you can see, this is going to be 1080p, and this is probably going to have absolutely no delay. It's going to be no dropped frames or absolutely anything. This one is the tutorial for no audio delay and encoding profile that will make you have seamless video. General, don't really worry about that. I have different profiles. Guys can just work that out on your own. For encoding, make sure you have X264 enabled, not NVIDIA or QuickSync. Make sure CBR is checked, that's for constant bitrate. If you don't have that checked, it goes to here, just check 10, it's not a big difference if you're not live streaming, but go use CBR. I set mine to 10,000, which is pretty much the max you can get, and then I use custom buffer size and I set that to 0. Copy these audio profile settings, and that's pretty much your ideal settings for 1080p right there on the encoding tab. Broadcasting, not too different, just if it's on live stream, make sure you go, whoops, file output system, make sure you go browse and then browse to where you want it to be and then name it something like test and press save. This is where I'm recording to as we speak, so I'm not going to change that. That's pretty much it, and press apply. For video, make sure you select the video card that's plugged in if you have more than one. Most of you guys probably won't have more than one as you're recording on a laptop or something, but go GTX 780 is what I've got enabled, and then I want to set it to 1920 by 1080, which is exactly what I just had selected. This is 2080p, 1080p quality if you did not know. Down here, you don't want to downscale, but if you want to record in 720, 480, or 360, you just enable it there. They're the 3, 4 for YouTube quality settings. We're recording in 1080p today, so there's no downscaling, and then I want to record in 60 FPS. Press apply, and then move on. For audio, as you can see, there's no delay. You don't really need to worry about anything here but your desktop audio device, so that's what you can hear audio through. I've got mine set to my speakers. Probably set it to default if you only have one. For my microphone, I have a lot of microphones, but I want to record through my Yeti, so I'm going to select my Yeti. Don't worry about any of these. If your microphone's a little soft when you're recording, this is here your second to the last. You probably want to set that to about 3. Anything more than that, it gets a bit gainy. Nope, don't worry about hotkeys, nothing too important there. You play around with that in your own time, you won't break anything. Advanced. Now here is where it really depends on your CPU specs. Let's just actually run through this first one here. Make sure it's set to normal, not any of the other ones. Use multi-threading and set it to 400. Just copy everything on my page just here, but I'll explain this here. If you have a really, really fast CPU, like I mean the top of the line latest CPUs, you probably want to use slower, just because it's going to rely more on your CPU than it is going to, how do I explain this? It's going to rely more on your CPU. If you have a slower CPU like mine's pretty old, you want to go towards the end, so I'm going to select mine very fast. I seem to think that works really well, so I suggest oily view, just copy my settings. Encoding profile, make sure it's on main, not high. You don't really need to know why, just do that. Use CFR, make sure that is set. Rest of this you don't really need to know. Key interval, make sure it's set to 2. QuickSync, don't really worry about it, just turn it off. And microphone noise gate, don't have to worry about it because it will look after itself. Press OK, and that should be your settings done for 1080p without audio delay on your PC. I'm just going to stop the recording, move over onto my Xbox so I can show you guys with the audio delay. Alrighty, hello everybody, I'm just over here by my computer, don't really worry about my webcam, this is just my COD set up. So I'm in my COD setup right now. This is what I use to live stream and record. I can't really come out of my webcam because I'm wearing my school jersey and I don't really want to show you where I go to school. So anyway, this is the setup here, and we're just going to run through a bit of the audio delay because Call of Duty has an audio delay. If it didn't, I would speak and then you'd see the action happen. Pretty annoying if you ask me. I'll teach you how to set that up when we get in there. So these are my settings right here. Pretty much exactly the same as the last time. See, my profile has changed because I got it set up. For encoding, I change it for my Call of Duty just because it goes through my Elgato, which means my Elgato is handling everything. So I set this to 3600. You guys can probably find out what the real 1080p bitrate is. If not, just copy me because it works absolutely perfectly for me. Same as last time, pretty much just copy them. For broadcasting, same as last time. Video, same as last time, except this time I'm recording in 30. I can record in 60 if I want, but just because my webcam only records in 30, so I'm going to leave it like that. Audio, this is where the good stuff comes in. So everything's exactly the same except for this offset just here. So offset means delay, pretty much mic sync. So that means your microphone compared to your video. I have it set to 550 milliseconds. Make sure you note that it's in milliseconds, not seconds, because that's how long it takes my video to get down through my cord into my USB 3.0 port. You'll have to play around with this, so I pretty much just go into a menu or even like my home screen here, and I say down, and when I say down it should move down. When I say right, it should move to the right, 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 up, up. Pretty simple stuff. I would suggest you just do that in any sort of menu you can find, and just if you're too fast, make sure you slow it down, and if you're too slow, make sure you increase the number. Pretty easy stuff. Advanced, keep this the same as last time and everything the same as last time. That's the only real difference you need to worry about when you're recording with an offset. If you have a webcam, just set your webcam to the same offset, and as you can see, I can only record in 30 FPS. And if you have an Elgato, that's just this down here. You just go add video capture device, and then select which one you want. So that's my webcam, and there's my Elgato. Pretty easy stuff, guys. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you for the next episode of Casual Descriptions.